How to study so fast that it feels illegal. In a world overflowing with distractions and information overload, the ability to study fast and retain knowledge has become a kind of modern superpower. In the popular YouTube video, How to Study So Fast That It Feels Illegal, viewers are introduced to unconventional learning strategies that dramatically increase retention, understanding, and focus, almost to the point that it feels unfair or illegal. But what makes these techniques so powerful? And how can you apply them to your own learning journey, whether you're a student, a professional, or a lifelong learner? Let's break down the core principles from the video and explore the neuroscience, psychological mechanisms, and practical applications behind this unfair advantage in learning. The core shift. From passive to active recall. Most people read, highlight, and reread thinking they're learning. In reality, these are passive learning strategies that lead to short-term memory and low retention. Key active recall is the #1 game changer. This method involves actively pulling information from your brain, rather than just reviewing it. The act of struggling to recall information strengthens the neural pathways, much like lifting a heavy weight strengthens your muscles. Example: instead of rereading a page, close the book and ask yourself, what did I just learn? Use flashcards, digital or physical, that force your brain to retrieve, not recognize. Brain active recall turns learning into a neurological workout. The magic of spaced repetition. Imagine planting seeds of knowledge. Watering them every hour might drown them. Watering them at just the right time helps them grow strong. That's what spaced repetition does for your brain. It uses scientific intervals to revisit information right before you're about to forget it. This optimizes memory consolidation and reduces time spent on review. How to use it? Use tools like Anki or RemNote, which automate the intervals. Schedule review sessions at increasing time gaps. Day 1, Day 3, Day 7, Day 14, etc. Upward trend. Each review strengthens memory and increases longevity of retention. Interleaving. Mix subjects to learn faster. It may feel natural to study one subject intensely before moving on, but interleaving, mixing different topics in a single study session, actually boosts understanding and problem solving. Why? Because your brain is forced to differentiate between concepts, making it more alert and less prone to autopilot learning. Example: study math, then switch to history, then go back to math. Use variety within subjects. Practice algebra, then geometry, then back to algebra. Bullseye interleaving strengthens the brain's ability to adapt and apply knowledge flexibly. Blurting. The technique that feels like cheating. This method is beautifully simple and brutally effective. Here's how it works. Study a topic. Close the book. On a blank page, write down everything you remember without looking. Then check what you got right and wrong. This is blurting, forcing your brain to dump knowledge under pressure. It mimics the pressure of an exam, trains your recall, and exposes your weak spots. Firecracker blurting creates memory friction, and friction equals learning. Pomodoro technique. Study less, learn more. It's not just how you study, but how long and how often. The Pomodoro technique breaks study into focused sprints followed by short breaks. 25 minutes of focused work. 5-minute break. Right pointing arrow. After 4 rounds, take a longer break, 15 to 30 minutes. This works because the brain can only maintain deep focus for short bursts. Breaks help consolidate what you've just learned and prevent burnout. Stopwatch productivity isn't about time. It's about energy and focus. The Mind Palace. Memory on steroids. One of the most illegal feeling hacks mentioned is the use of visualization and location-based memory, aka the method of loci, memory palace. This technique is ancient but revolutionary. It turns information into vivid mental images and anchors them in a place you know well, like your childhood home. Steps. Choose a location, real or imagined. Assign each piece of information to a room or object. Mentally walk through the location when you want to recall. Castle your imagination becomes a hard drive. Feynman technique. If you can't teach it, you don't understand it. Named after Nobel Prize-winning physicist Richard Feynman, this method is about explaining complex topics in simple language, as if teaching a child. Steps. Choose a topic you just learned. Try to explain it simply, without jargon. Identify gaps in your understanding. Go back, fill in the gaps, and simplify further. This technique forces true mastery by demanding clarity, not memorization. Books confused minds memorize. Clear minds simplify. Study in high-stakes mode. Most people study in comfort. But studying under slight pressure can boost memory retention and focus. Record yourself teaching the topic. Join a study group and be the one responsible for explaining. Time your sessions. Use countdowns. Simulate tests. High-voltage urgency activates adrenaline, which sharpens memory. Sleep is the secret weapon. No matter how efficient your study methods are, if you skip sleep, you're undermining it all. Why? During deep sleep, your brain consolidates memory. Lack of sleep disrupts learning, focus, and emotional regulation. Sleeping studying fast doesn't mean sleeping less. It means sleeping smarter. Final thought. Learn smarter, not just faster. These techniques are powerful because they work with your brain's natural learning rhythms, not against them. When applied together, active recall, spaced repetition, blurting, interleaving, they can create exponential growth in knowledge retention and confidence. In a world where information is cheap, speed of learning and depth of understanding are the real currencies. So if it feels illegal, that's because most people are still using broken methods.